Praise thy holy, holy name. Father, I come to you today and I ask for your guidance in this your word. Speak forth. Father, I beseech you to speak into everyone's heart, that they will hear you and know that you are God, that you are the one that created all things. I praise your holy name and I plead the blood right now. As I've been praying and reading the scriptures and seeking his will, what has been spoken over and over to me is, this is the year of the harvest. And I've been saying, well, Lord, what do you mean? What do you mean exactly? This is the year of the harvest. Now, if I was a prosperity preacher, I would go, God is going to bring back everything that Satan has taken, and the harvest will multiply. If I was a prosperity preacher. But I'm telling you, there's a twofold thing here. There is a harvesting about to happen. I want to read a little bit of Revelations, okay? The 14th chapter, and starting at the 14th verse. And I looked and beheld a white cloud, and upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. And another angel come out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, Thrust in thy sickle, and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe. And I pondered on that. And I said, Father, what is this meaning? The harvest is now ripe. This is the year of the harvest. So he leads me to John, the 4th chapter, beginning at the 31st verse. And anybody that knows this is where he's talking to the Samaritan woman. And it says, In the meanwhile his disciples prayed him, saying, Master, eat. But he said unto them, I have meat to eat that ye know not of. Therefore said the disciples one to another, Hath any man brought him out to eat? And Yeshua, Jesus, said unto them, My meat is to do the will of him that sent me, and to finish his work. Say not ye, they are yet 4 months, and then cometh harvest? Behold, I say unto you, lift up your eyes, and look unto the fields, for they are white already to harvest. And he that reapeth receives wages, and gathereth fruit into life eternal, that both he and the sower and he that reapeth may rejoice together. And herein is that saying true, one soweth, another reapeth. I sent you to reap that when whereon ye bestowed no labor, and other men labored, and you are entered into their labors. The fields are white for harvest right now. We can look and see the things that's going on around us, the events that's happening. And he says we are not children of the dark, but children of the light. Now don't let anybody ever fool you. The hour and the day we know not of, but we know around a seasoning what time we're in. We're in that harvest time, that time of reaping. And last night, I just kept having these dreams over and over and over and over. Of this field ripe. And I could see a hand coming down and just kind of like swooping through the field. And it's like that hand was gathering in the wheat and carrying it. Carrying it where, I don't know, but I could just see that hand. And he keeps saying, this is the year of the harvest. And when he began to show me and lead me to these verses, he is saying the time for the reaping of the first fruits of the wheat harvest is about to take place. It is about to come. And he keeps saying this. Could it be tonight? Yeah. I only wished. Could it be this year sometime? Only hoping. But see, God looks at seasonings different than we do. See, in the springtime, we till the ground, we plant the crops. Then the fall comes along, and that's seasoning. These are seasoning. The season where we're plowing the ground and planting the crops. The seasoning of tilling the ground and helping the vegetation, the plant that we planted, grow. And then you have the season where it's the season of the harvest. And he's plainly telling me we are and have just entered into the season of harvest. He that sits on the white cloud is about ready to reap with that sickle. And as Jesus, Yeshua, said to his people, his disciples, say not ye, they are yet 4 months, and then cometh harvest? Behold, I say unto you, lift up your eyes and look into the fields, for they are white, are ready to harvest. I try to choose my words carefully the way He wants me to speak them. Because it's become a serious time. It's time to come out from man-made doctrines, the man-made ideals of what things are supposed to be like or not be like. It is time to come out from among them. For the fields are ready and white right now. But the one who will reap the harvest will be Him, Yeshua, as He comes for His bride. He has called to His bride. He has pleaded with His bride to be ready. Prepare yourself. Be ready, for His coming is soon. He is crying out to the bride to clean yourself up and get all that filth out of your heart. Because soon He's going to reap that first fruit, that bride, and bring her up with Him. It is time to realize who you are and why you have come and been born. One day I took a nap up in the day, and I'd been praying really about a lot of things that was going on, and in my dream I went to a window that's facing east, and I could see these people. They were like dark shadows passing before me. And I even recognized some of them because I was going to church at that time. The church is no longer standing now because of some things. And God wiped it out. God caused a tornado to come and totally wipe that church out. But I seen some of the people that was in that church, in that group, and I was going, Lord, they're saved. They're your people. And He says, I said, where are they going? Where are they going, Father? And He says, they're going to the pit. And I said, to the pit? He says, my people are dying from the lack of knowledge of my word and my truths. They have fallen into the doctrines and the domain of man rather than God. People in churches nowadays will tell you that if you don't come into their beliefs, then you can't be saved. I mean, you're going to die and go to hell. But yet they walk in the doctrines of men set up by a man many years ago, around in the 600s, when Constantine went in and polluted the church, taking the word of God and distorting it And I had to be plain. Our churches worship on Sunday because that's what the law was in Constantine's time. They no longer keep any of the feasts because they call it Jewish. There are certain things people wake up that are not just Jewish. They are set up by God Himself to be followed through His orders from generation to generation to generation. And in the 1,000-year reign, we will go back to that. People may not believe it, but we will, because Yeshua is going to rule and reign on this earth. And He's going to teach this earth exactly what they should have done in the first place. And He will rule it with a rod of iron. There won't be no voting on whether we do this or not. He will say it will do, you will do it. If you don't do it, you will be punished immediately. Countries will have no rain or things. I'm being serious with you today. I just, Father, help them understand that Yeshua, you're coming soon, that we are in the time of harvest. We're in the time of the first reaping of the harvest. We have to have our hearts right. If not, then we will be left behind. We will be. I know some of you don't believe the way I believe, but that's okay. Because maybe you are called to fight on the battlefield. I don't know. I know each one of us is chosen for what we are to do, what we are called to do. Whether it's part of the bride and be taken, or whether it's part of the army that will be left behind to fight on the battleground against Satan himself. I don't know all the ins and outs of it. I just know what He has showed me. I know that the time of the harvest is right now. We're in it. What day, what hour, I don't know. But we're in it right now. Things are being prepared. And within a day's time, it will be accomplished. It won't take weeks. It won't take hours. In fact, in a split second, in the twinkling of an eye, it will happen. But we must be prepared. Whatever road we walk, whatever we're chosen to, one is not better than the other. Each is called for a specific position, a specific job to do. And we're called by Him. By Him. I've been feeling this all night long. I felt it all day. In fact, I felt it Saturday. On the Sabbath day, it just moved upon me. This is the season. This is the time of the harvest. We have now come into the fall time of God's, Yahweh's timetable. We've come into the fall season. The harvest is ripe. The harvest is ready to be reaped. And he that sits on the cloud with a crown, golden crown on his head, with a sickle in his hand, is going to reap. And the first fruits will be reaped. Prepare yourself, for the day of the Lord is nigh unto us. Heaven is drawed nigh to us. We are in that season. Prepare yourself for his coming. Prepare yourself. Don't ask what day, what hour, but say, I am ready whenever. I trust in you, and I am ready, for our season is now here. In the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, I come to you. I'm laying this all out to these people that are listening and will listen to this video. Let those that I have been called and chosen come out and stand. For your time is now, and the reaping time is now at hand. Let us rejoice in the Lord. Let us rejoice in his day, for it is now upon us. His breath is now breathing upon us. We can feel the breath of the Most Holy One breathing upon us, preparing us, and getting us ready. For he is about to reap. And we will rejoice in his reaping. Father, let your hands go forth upon us. In the name of Yeshua HaMashiach. Those who will listen will listen. Those who will walk away will walk away. Have mercy upon their souls, Father. In the name of Yeshua HaMashiach. Amen.